the dog now barking. Prior to filming this video, I have basically had everything go wrong. I've literally had hiccups for the past 15 minutes after setting everything up. Now I'll come to film now, they've stopped and the dog won't stop barking. It's nearly pitch black outside, so the studio light is quite literally blinding me, and my highlighter on my nose is shining so much I look like Rudolph. But hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be filming how to pass your theory test first time and also my experience with it. So I passed mine on Monday, which for you watching this will be like nearly 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, so I'm just going to start at the start and go through it. So if you do enjoy watching this video, you find it helpful or anything, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Okay, so to revise for this theory test, I used the driving test complete DVD thing. It's this one here, you can get it on Amazon. I think it's like £6 or £7, and that's got the practical driving test, the theory test and the hazard perception. The hazard perception is the main reason I wanted this, because you can't really get that online, but you can get the other tests. So with this, there is actually a free app which you can download. So I downloaded that onto my iPad and I did everything off my iPad rather than the computer, because obviously that's a lot more convenient. So there are 12 theory tests. I took 8 of them prior to the test and I only passed 2 of them, which shows that the mock theory tests are a lot harder than the test really is, or at least how hard mine was. And then for the hazard perceptions, I took 3 of them and I passed them all, but I was only getting like 50, which isn't a true representation of what I got in the real thing. So I booked mine on a cancellation a week before, but normally you've got to wait like 4 weeks for a test to come free. It's quite literally ridiculous, and it is £23. So I'd say in the test about 80-85% of the questions I'd already seen in this DVD. They were the same pictures used and everything. So yeah, if you know this inside out, then you're kind of guaranteed to pass. And then the hazards, they were completely different clips, but it's once you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So before the test, like on Monday, I was pretty sure I was going to fail it. Like after failing so many of the mocks, I was like, well, I'm not going to pass it, but at least I would know like what to expect next time. So when I arrived at the test centre, you're like, there's a main reception and then they tell you where to go. So you go down this like corridor thing, and then it's a DVSA. Is it DVSA? DVLA? Something like that. It's a room basically, and it says on the door like, turn off your mobile phones here. If you're not taking the test, no one can go past here. Basically a load of strict rules and regulations and rubbish like that. So then you walk in and there's like a set of chairs and then a desk, and then you're given your name and your provisional, and then they give you a locker key and you've got to put everything in there. I even had to take my watch off because apparently you're not allowed a watch in a test, which I don't understand how I'm going to cheat with the numbers 1 to 12, but you never know. So there's lockers at the back of the room, so you go and put it all in there, and then you go back to the desk, and then you have to confirm details like your date of birth, your postcode, your full name, just basically prove you are who you are. And then you get given this laminated sheet of paper and it's got all the rules and regulations on it, and then the rules about the lockers and basically what's going to happen throughout the test, so you kind of know what to expect before you go in. So then you're sent over to like sit down and read them, and then you get called back over and then you have to sign a thing saying you agree to them and you're not going to cheat and all this rubbish basically. You sign it on like this electronic tablet thing, and then you get given your provisional back, and then you go down, well I went down like a corridor, and then you give your name, and then they take your provisional again and they ask you the same questions like getting to confirm your details, and then you get sent into a booth. So like in this room there was 10 booths going along the wall and then 4 on that side, and then you go into yours and there's just like a computer in there. But before I even got to this point, they tell you to empty your pockets and everything like that. Obviously I was purposely didn't wear anything with pockets, so I didn't have to do that because I already knew that before I went to the test. So then instead they're like, right, roll your sleeves up. Like, what am I going to be hiding on my arms? I don't know, but anyway, they're really blunt with you. So then when you get into the booth, you can answer a set of pre-questions like, click the blue triangle, click the yellow square, just to kind of get used to the format of the test. This takes 15 minutes, so I decided not to do that because I wanted to get in and out as quickly as possible, and I knew the format anyway from taking all the mocks, so I just skipped straight onto the test. So you get 57 minutes to answer 50 questions, which is a lot of time on the multiple choice, and I'd basically answered all the questions within 10 minutes and then checked back over them, so within 15 minutes I was past that part of it. I counted up how many I thought I'd got right, and I thought at most I'd got 39 out of 50, but in reality I actually got 47 out of 50. Don't know how that happened, don't know if the system glitched, probably didn't, but yeah, I don't know how I got them all right, because basically the majority of them I just guessed them. Like, an educated guess is probably a really good way to go. So then once you've done that, basically you click end test, and then you're moving on to the hazards. So you're allowed a 3-minute break if you want it. I just kind of read the page and then just click go on to get it over with. Then you put your headphones on and you watch this video about how to do the hazard perception thing. So it explains it to you, like you click, and then if you get it, you get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points, like that, depending on how quickly you click on the hazard. And then it was showing that in the clips there would be developing hazards and an actual hazard, so if it doesn't actually turn into a proper hazard then you won't get any points, but you can also click as many times as you like as long as you don't click in a pattern, in which case you'll get a thing shown up at the end of that clip which will be like it's invalid because you could have been cheating. So I watched through all that, and then it's like, do you want to watch the video again? So obviously I chose not to, and then thought I'd done fine on that. I watched the 15 clips, I didn't have a problem with any of it. Like, it's pretty simple, like there'll be someone walking out in front of a car and you just click. But on one of them it was particularly funny because there was like a picture of a cow like on a warning sign, and then this flashing light, and the next minute like 6 cows just come walking across the road, and I found that really amusing. Then once those clips are over you can't redo them or anything like that, so at the end of that you get to like end the test. So on that hazard perception test I got 62 out of 75, so again that's like pretty decent. So then after that you can choose to answer extra questions. I have got it all written in my phone so I don't miss anything, which they might use in the future. I didn't want to do that, to be honest, but you can do that if you want. It's basically like more questions, but they don't count towards your mark or anything like that. And then at the end you answer this survey which is about your experience, so how satisfied were you with the centre staff, the test centre, how clearly it was explained, all that kind of stuff. It probably lasts about 2 or 3 minutes, and then like you press end on the screen once you've done all that, and then you go outside and then they send you back to the reception desk, like where the lockers are. So they literally just print off this sheet and then they fold it over so they can't see it and you can't see it, and they hand it to you like that, and then you go and take everything out your locker and then give them your locker key back, and then you give your provisional to get the sheet of paper off them, if that makes sense, and then they give you it all back. So I thought I'd failed because on the back of the sheet it's all, the way it's worded isn't like you've passed, but yeah, I turned it over and I had passed, so I got 47 out of 50 and 62 out of 75, which I did not expect I was going to get, but I did, and that proves that you can pass it first time. If I can, anybody can. That is my theory test experience and how I passed it first time. If you have enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll be back very soon with a brand new video. Bye!